Apollo 13 flight controllers, listen up. Give me a go, no go for launch. Booster.
Go.
Retro.
Go.
Vital.
We go fly.
Guidance.
Guidance go.
Procedures.
Go.
Inco.
Go.
FAO.
We are go.
Capcom.
We're go fly.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's entertainment.
Good evening, everybody. Just want to welcome you here to the live show. So anyhow, what did you do today, Adam? I didn't hear a squat, so I apologize, man. We're just apologizing to her here, man.
I ran a few calls. I'm surprised I didn't have to run more. It was hot today. And then I watched a movie, and that's been about it.
Yeah, I rode around on the motorcycle for just a little bit, and then it was warm, so I decided, well, we'll come back, and I'll just edit a video out real quick, just throw it out there, and then she's like, you need to do a live stream, and I'm like, why? And so I went ahead and said, here we go, let's do it. So I appreciate you coming on. It gives me somebody to bounce things off of and makes things a lot easier to keep things moving and stuff, so that's cool.
What kind of motorcycle do you have?
I just got me a 2015 FJR. It's a Yamaha. It's 1300. It's a sport touring bike. I was hoping to she's got some ideas, and I'm hoping to maybe do something with somebody else that rides a motorcycle and try to do some sort of live chat type video thing. I mean, it'll obviously have to be pre-production, but I mean, it would be pretty cool to chat with NorCal on his motorcycle while I'm on mine
at the same time.
I thought that would be kind of cool. So I got to figure out a way to get the audio recorded on both sides, and then we could split screen it. You know, you got one in Ohio and you got one all the way in freaking California. So I thought that'd be really kind of cool. But that's something I was thinking about doing. I thought, that'd be kind of neat. So I'm not sure if I can pull it off, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to do. You ride or anything?
Not in a while. I had a Harley back a long time ago, but when I started having kids, that left,
Oh.
Darn kids.
Yep. I got a side-by-side too, so that's what I used to take the kids with me. We actually had like four-wheelers at one time. Everybody had their own, but we didn't usually go too crazy of places with them with that stuff. They usually rode with me when we went to West Virginia or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the street bike and stuff, I had one prior to. It was Kawasaki Vulcan. I got rid of that and got this new one here just about a month ago. Went up to Cleveland and picked it up, and it's a lot nicer than my other one. So it's fast and it's fun. So yeah, it makes it something to do after hours. No, you ain't just doing this HVAC stuff nonstop and things. So it makes it better.
Yep. You need something.
Yep. After a while, we kind of get burned out for, just doing this stuff all the time. So.
Oh, look, we got Dan Finch watching our channel.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. He's not an HVAC guy. He's one of them teachers.
Yep.
Of public education. So, yeah. But anyhow. So we got any words? Anybody chatting in here or anything? What's up, Hughes, man? Haven't seen you in about, 30 minutes. So how's everything going over there in Pennsylvania? And Ray. So.
And Grandpa's on.
Yep.
HVAC Grandpa.
Cool.
Got a good crowd in here.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we got 49 people and stuff. So, I got things I'd like to talk about. I got things that I shouldn't probably talk about, and it's a little bit of everything. Got a dog here. It's wanting to get on the camera as usual. So what? So are you on call all the time then?
Yeah, until I find a good service guy to hire.
I was gonna say I didn't know how many you had. If it's just you or if there's a couple of them.
No, and I was just as far as running calls, me and my dad right now.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Joe, the Bosch unit is something I'd like to talk about, but because they're reaching out to me and trying to help get this thing working, I'm just going to wait around and see what happens. Basically, we've changed the TXV a couple times, and we put an adjustable one on last night, and I got my superheat corrected, so now we got 12 to 13 degrees superheat. I think the biggest thing most people didn't understand with the Bosch is that it is a variable speed compressor. So it's not multi-staging. And the way that it runs, and because it's non-communicating, if you slow down the blower, the Bosch unit pays attention to the saturated suction temperature. That's the only thing it does. It tries to maintain either a 37 degree or a 47 degree evaporator temperature. So basically, when you slow down the blower to get better dehumidification, the compressor tends to slow down with it. So it can throttle down to as low as 9,000 BTU from the 36,000 it's capable of doing. And so now you've got basically not even a window unit trying to cool a 2.5 ton load. And the problem is we just got high humidity. So basically that's what we're trying to overcome. Prior to, I mean, the superheat was very low to none. So, I mean, between working with Bergman, the distributor, and I've spoke with Raritan on a few occasions and stuff. So basically, we're just working on it, trying to get through it. My video was more to get any input from someone that had worked with them more than a bash or, anything. It was basically a plea for help just because I hadn't installed one prior to. I worked with a guy that had installed one or two for some family members and it worked fine for them. And basically, it's just, it's for my in-laws. I installed the furnace, ductwork, thermostat, humidifier, ultraviolet light. I mean, I went full bore and installed everything. And I'm not an installer. I hate installing. And basically, I did the whole thing. And everything worked great for winter. But in the summer now, the humidity is averaging somewhere between 60 to 72, 75%. And, I'm in Ohio, so our humidity is nothing like what you'd have on the coastal areas like Florida and South Carolina and, like that. So basically, there's no good explanation as to why it's so high, and it rises rather quickly. We made sure that the coil was level and even tilting forward. I mean, all the obvious stuff I've already done checked. We checked static pressure. We did a temp drop. I mean, we did everything imaginable that could be done. So most of the suggestions I was getting was stuff that, was the usuals that you would always check for. And so right now, we're kind of back to the humidity, but we do at least have proper superheat. So, I mean, I have made that.
So a quick question. You said
Yeah.
it's the third TXV that's installed, right? You had the original one, you replaced it once again with another non-adjustable. And now yesterday you replaced it with an adjustable TXV.
Prior to that, I replaced the evaporator coil. So I basically have had two new evaporator coils and one adjustable TXV. So when you count that, technically, you're looking at three. The first one, the replacement one, the new coil had one, and then the adjustable one. And the adjustable one, we're back to a T6 Danfoss valve, and it worked perfect. This is the same valve they use in their air handlers, and it's working perfect far as the superheat. I didn't have to adjust it or nothing. Coil was sweating, but with that kind of humidity level, it's going to sweat. So
What were the original non-adjustable TXVs?
That was a Danfoss as well, the first one and the second one. And then the one that came on the second coil was a Sanghu or whatever. It's a Chinese brand. You see them make filter dryers too. Sand something. I can't even know how to say it. But it worked pretty much the same way as the other one. But once the humidity starts to drop, then that's when all the removal tends to stop. And it cools the house. The house is getting down to 69, 70 degrees, but the humidity is just high. And whether you set the thermostat, I got rid of the thermostat, because there's talk of the thermostats, the ones that are smart, they tend to overthink what the outside unit's doing, because all of the logic's in the outside board. That tends to screw with the logic out there because they're basing it off runtime. And so I even tried a 5,000 thermostat set to like 2 cycles or 3 cycles per hour. Yeah, there you go. Sang Sui, Ray. That's something like that. Yeah. And basically, it made no difference. But when you lock it into force mode, it will run, full speed, which it never hardly does, and it bases that off how long it runs. And we even turned the logic off. We limited it to 2 ton. We limited it, let it run full board up to 3 ton. I mean, we've tried every dip switch, every switch you can do, and so far, I'm not really sure what else to do. So, but they are working with me so far to try to remedy it, and stuff like that.
Question. The previous system, it is a downflow, right?
Correct.
Have you measured what the humidity was before installing this, like in the summer, like prior to the new system?
I started this up in September, I think it was, the end of September last year. So we was going right into heating. So it barely even ran and cooling at all. And prior to that, they had no ductwork or nothing. So, I mean, the ductwork, everything's brand new.
So it's not on a slab. They have...
No, it's in it has a crawl space. Currently, right now, they're insisting that I insulate all the ductwork. Now, the crawl space is got plastic down there. It's insulated. It has, the foam. I've always liked uninsulated duct because it leaks a little bit of heat, which helps protect your pipes from freezing, stuff like that. I mean, it's not a big deal. You're not losing that much. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm not a big believer in all this sealing it with the mastic and all that crap. I think it's a little overboard. Just like insulating the ducts. I mean, it keeps the heat in, it'll be warmer. And it's like, you still got to heat a cold duct. I mean, insulation only does so much, but I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. They want me to insulate the ducts. So I don't believe that's going to make a difference.
Joe has commented that sounds like the house is really leaking, having a lot of infiltration, and is also asking if the fan is running constantly.
We tried it with running and without it off, and with it off and not running. And then, even to counter that, because Bergman did a talk about, adding humidity back in the air, but, it was brought up as far as the moisture in the pan and stuff setting there. And like, as long as it's running, if you think about it, how's the water going to evaporate as long as that coil's cold? You got to get, below, you got to have enough heat in there to make it evaporate. I mean, I'm not a scientist and I'm not real great in all the theologies and stuff of that, but basically we tried, like I said, we tried it running, not running. We tried it longer run times, 2-degree variance on the accuracy of the thermostat. So, I mean, we tried multiple different things and it didn't make much of a difference at all. Have you ever installed one, Adam?
No, I actually came close, but I came real close. This is what stopped me. I know it sounds stupid, but I looked at the unit and I'm like, damn, that looks like an Ameristar. And then
Really?
I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's made by Medea, which is Ameristar.
The new one is, I think, by them, the compressor and them. This one, 1.0 version, the board and the compressor is Mitsubishi.
Oh, okay.
But
when I
Mitsubishi got bought by Trane.
Not a big fan of Ameristar units, the condensers. I know there's a lot of people that say, hey, they're great. I never have any issues with them. But when I sold a ton of Trane, the low end jobs, I would sell Ameristar. The only ones I would ever have issues with were Ameristar, so.
And Ameristar is not popular around here. We don't even have any. Who owns them or what are they like?
Ameristar was the Chinese made version of, the cheap Trane line. So, but
kind of like Payne.
Yeah, their furnaces though were made by Trane. They just weren't painted. The condensers were actually made in China though. So they're weird. Like the screws in them are not true, like 1/4-inch screws. They're kind of weird. They don't really fit in a drill.
8 millimeter or something.
Something goofy.
Yeah. The outside unit, well, actually all of it's made in China. I mean, fit and finish and quality and all that looks good on it. Like I said, I've had no problems, and I wanted to put one. I don't know what I'm going to do yet until this gets fixed, but I wanted to put a 2.0 in my house, and I know Zach is putting one in his house. May already have it in there, and I'm kind of curious with him being on the coast how it's doing down there, if he's got it in yet, and if he's having any problems at all. Because from what I'm hearing, mine's like the only one. Nobody else has any problems, just mine.
I like from what I remember watching videos online and stuff, there was quite a few people like, I know Raritan had a bunch of them he was making videos on. There was that what was that other dude's name? I haven't seen a video from him in a long time, but like Morehouse or something. What was the guy's name?
Morehouse.
I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, he did some videos. He showed them in his shop and that. They were always intriguing to me, but I just never pulled the trigger,
Yeah, the guy I'm dealing with right now, I talked to one guy from Actual Bosch, and then the guy that's helping me out right now, he is the distributor that sells to my local supply house. So, I mean, he takes care of multiple states. So, I mean, the guy came out and he's went out the extra mile. He's given me his cell phone. I mean, I could text him right now and communicate with him. So, I mean, he's trying to help me out, because trying to go through the factory route sometimes is a little slower. So he's trying to help me out by going, directly with me and trying to, do what has to be done. I mean, the valve, he ended up sending it to me, and because there's some problems getting it ordered through the supply house, he actually overnighted it to me and paid for it. So, I mean, I got to give him props for doing that. So I felt compelled to go ahead and get it done last night. So I spent 5 hours last night changing that and then tweaking it and making sure everything was good to go.
We have some music we could play.
What's
for,
that?
For our next guest.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been busy this afternoon, Adam.
She went through and added all of the sound effects because I had all my DJ effects, and she went through.
Let's do the first one.
All right, and go.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the 7th member of the Village People.
Hey, what's up, JoJo?
Hey, Joe.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
That's like that's a perfect intro.
Hello. I'm actually.
Do you guys even have a YMCA up there?
Yes, we do.
Do you? All right.
I'm pretty sure they're the same kind of aspect. They're not government funded, but they're like, what's the word I'm looking for?
They're private.
Yeah. Are they private?
Yeah. I mean, it stands for Young Men's Christian Association was the original for it.
Gotcha.
And I take care of the local one where I'm at, and that's some things I can talk about later. That everything's getting old. It's 23 years old, and I'm having a treat of a time trying to fix a dehumidification system. That you won't believe where this piece of crap's made at.
Where?
Let's just say they bought all of the other competition up, and they're all in Canada. So
yeah. So it's a Soresco?
This one here is a Dectron.
Dectron. Well, yeah, Soresco. Yeah.
And then the newer one that I'm working on, you're more fidgety than a kid. Why don't you get down?
What year is the new one, Rick?
The new one I'm working on at a different location. That one's about 9 years old. That one is a new, or what is it? What is it?
Is it a Soresco or a Dectron?
They're owned by the same company. It's something new. It's an abbreviation. I've told you before, and I'm trying to remember what it is. It's like Inge or something like that. England. This looks like it looks like England A, but Ingle or something like that. And you've named it off before.
Oh, and Soresco owns it as well?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe they're all owned by the same people.
Pool Pack, Soresco, Dectron. I'm trying to think of the other one. Anyways, the 9-year-old one, if they use the same logic and same board, yeah, I could run around that thing, no problem.
They've got one of the, God, what controller is it? They got I had to replace the compressor on it yesterday. It was a 34,000 BTU compressor, held 20-some pounds. Took forever because it's 410A, and it was warm in there. But I got it changed and basically was shorted to ground originally. But man, I took some video of it, and I was going to show it later. But you should see how hard everything was to get to. I mean, the TXVs and stupid how they got it in there.
It's stupid, and you know what? Dectron is famous for it. The old Dectrons. When Soresco took over, there's so much more space now. That 7-year-old unit you have, that's a Dectron, you said?
No, that one's at Ingle or whatever.
Okay, that's the one. Okay. Yeah. what's the issues you're having with it anyways? What was the issues?
The one at the YMCA, I mean, my goodness, that one's the one that's 23 years old.
It's tired.
Oh, it's beyond tired.
It's tired, I'm telling you.
It's got leaking coaxial coils.
Everything leaks.
It's got even the TXV heads through the sidewalls of the head is leaking in multiple spots. It's an R22 unit on top of that.
You know what, Rick? When it comes to R22 and a leaky coaxial condenser, it's a condemned unit. I will not work on it. Water gets in that system. I'm not gonna take a chance. Water's in the compressor. Water's in there. Water's in there. You're not gonna take it all out. I wouldn't work on it.
Now, granted, the way they built this, and this is unusual, is they put the coax coil, they put the refrigerant lines on the outside, and then the glycol is on the inside, on the center tube. So, because otherwise it would never show the leak. And usually I've never seen a coax coil like all the Geos I do. I don't have any of them leaked where it's leaking through the metal, and this one's leaking through the metal. That's very unusual.
You're right, because the one way I diagnosed leaking coaxial condensers, I pump nitrogen in. I go look at the pool and I see bubbles.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Right.
So you're right. You're right in that aspect. But yeah, I don't know about I don't know. If it's on the outside, you might be lucky. But what I do is when we order units, there is an option. You could get a higher end coaxial condenser, which is double wall. And when it's double wall, if there's like a vent in between the two lines. So if one gets a little hole, you're not going to kill the whole system. It'll just go into that little vent crack. Yes, it's bad. You have to change it, but it won't condemn the whole system.
Sounds like a weep hole on a water pump.
Yeah.
On a vehicle. They do the same thing.
Right. Exactly.
That way it doesn't leak it into the oil.
Yeah, exactly. Because and people want to save what is it? Maybe $500 for something so silly. And I recommend it. There's actually even a top of the line condenser, coaxial condenser that's I think titanium, and it's bigger, but you get them specially made for those systems, which are pretty cool. If you're having a lot of problems with corrosion because of chemical imbalance, blah blah blah, and water.
Yeah, because all the chlorine's pulled right across there.
Right.
All of it. It's all encompassed. I mean, there's this monster blower in there, and then it has 6 coaxial coils, 4 that are the same size, and then 2 are for the pool heater. And, I've never worked on this thing before, so it was like completely learning everything. And, it's just so many things are wrong. But
they're so complex, Rick.
It's not horrible, but I mean, the technology on it is 1998. So, I mean, I've been only in the field for like 3 years when this thing was new. So, yeah. I mean, you're talking hit function, 1, 2, enter. Man, it's DOSy as all get out. And
Yes.
I'm like, I told him, I said, dude, I'll work on anything, but I said, you got to give me some time. I said, I'm gonna have to figure this thing out because I mean, I'm not, and the problem is nobody else is gonna know it either.
No, it's a really niche area. If you have the code, the model number of the thermostat, whatever you want to call it, I have a lot of books and pamphlets, whatever it is, on the thermostat, so I can let you know if you have to, go around about it and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, otherwise, I mean, the problem with YMCA, especially with the shutdown that happened and stuff, I mean, they were shut down for a while, but they're already on a low budget to begin with.
Yeah.
And everything in the building's going down. I mean, their boiler, the burner wheel just blew apart, and they just told us that the wheel's not available. So I think this one here's, I forget the exact size. I thought it was a couple million BTU. So they got 2 of them. So the one's down now, and they're telling us that it's not available, and not even new burner heads available. So that's a PVI unit or something. I had never heard of it.
Okay, and is it also doing auxiliary heats for the pool system?
Yeah, it does that through a tube-and-tube design for the pool. Yep.
Then you know what, Rick? I would just in the controls, I would just enable the coaxial condensers and just run off the auxiliary heat for the pool heat to save them money, so you don't have to fix it.
Controls the other funny thing. This was a Novar system originally. As you know, Novar is out of business, and none of the Novar equipment works. So this is also a VAV system, which I've never really worked on many of those.
No.
and none of them work. So they literally have to walk around opening water valves to adjust the air conditioning for all the individual rooms. So you got a boiler coil and you have a chilled water coil, and you got this little damper that can go back and forth that don't work, and you got to go in there manually adjusting this stuff. So everything is on manual. I mean, it's a treat to start on stuff that you haven't worked on much, and everything's broke. I mean, it's like, here, kid, I got you a brand new old car. You know, the engine's blowing, the tires are flat, the windows are busted out. Go have fun. You know, it's like, great.
It's going to be a masterpiece, Rick, because like I said, if you're not going to be changing those coaxials, I would just you would have to do your own little controls and run off the heat exchanger of the boiler, and that's about it.
We're quoting them new coaxes, and then the two compressors are Copeland's, so they've already been converted to 407C, but the other two are trains, and if it's like any of the other train equipment, you're not allowed to change it or it'll have problems. So we're probably going to be throwing in two compressors in the quote too.
Yeah.
And it's bad because the coax coils aren't available no more, so you're going to be piping water lines that are freaking 2 inches in diameter or bigger, running it through there, and you got them going all over the place. So I'm not looking forward to it.
Sorry, what'd you say they're not available anymore?
What's that?
What did you say that's not available anymore?
The blower wheel it's a natural gas burner, but it has a blower wheel like an oil furnace.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it's big. So I mean, it's that blew apart, and so I mean, just everything's falling apart.
Got blown up real bad.
Yeah, it broke. It's busted. So
yeah, you know what? I'm even surprised you guys are quoting that. I honestly, I may sound bad saying this, but I would just tell them literally, like, it's not worth it. You have R22 in there. Well, you said it was converted to 407 already, right?
One of them is, but they just replaced one at another location in a different county, and it was $250,000.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a lot of money. This ain't no small one. This is big.
Oh, okay. I got you.
This is a full size swimming pool area. So I mean, you got a lot of dehumidification going on, and so it's a big old system.
So it's probably like almost Olympic sized pool.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's a big unit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's real big. I mean, you walk inside this thing, it's probably 20 foot long, and it's about 7-8 foot tall, and then probably about 8 foot, 9 foot deep or wide, and then it's just the doors are so hard to open up from the blower static pressure that it's bad.
Yeah.
And there's a couple times where I had to go inside of it while it was running, which probably wasn't all the most safest thing in the world, and try to check things, and you got that chlorine smell coming through. That was bad. Yeah.
So I'm assuming they have a reheat coil and everything, right?
Yep, they got a boiler reheat coil going into it, which that was acting a little funny. I'd turn the system off, and then all of a sudden the sensors would notice that there was no heat, so it sit there and open the boiler. So now you got 140 plus degree water coming through the coil as you're trying to leak check, and it's like, oh great, all this extra heat, wonderful. So it was a treat, to say the least. And I'm still not done. So, I mean, I've got that one there, and like I said, that other one. So, luckily, the other one's a lot nicer. That one's not really on much of a control system. So,
gotcha.
Nothing's cheap. Everything's expensive.
For sure. Keep me posted. I'm really curious about these two systems.
Yeah. Well, if you ever give me your number, I'll send you pictures and stuff of some of it. I need to get that off you later.
Yep, for sure. I'm actually at a call right now. It's a friend of a friend. Actually, I was telling Adam about this. It's a private school, actually, and what they do is it's a private school. Just keep it there, and I feel bad for them. And this is a place that I do have a used first time. Well, you can say the first time doing it. A used condenser I pulled out not too long ago, and I'm actually going to give it to them because they're COVID. They closed down, and they got the condenser stolen out of the parking lot. And that never happened to me before. Adam was telling me, he sees it all the time, but for up here, I don't know. I never heard of it. Like I never seen that before. So I feel bad, and so
Dude,
I'm gonna put a use.
Going on 3 weeks ago. I can't believe you're still just freaking.
It's free, man. He's doing it for free.
He's been busy.
Pretty much.
Kids are, they're struggling. They have no money, and they're sitting there sweating their butts off. And Joe's just sitting at home eating his freaking cannolis.
Hey, listen. Adam, you and I know, and Rick knows too. When it comes to price, and you're gonna get next to nothing almost. You could relax a bit.
I'll double back your money. It's kind of like volunteering at church.
Yeah. Yeah.
Need you here at 7:30 tomorrow, so we can do a sound check and everything, and then we can do the service twice in a row. So because we can only have so many people in there. So yeah, it's great. You didn't spend it all day there.
It must be a headache right now.
Joe,
Yeah, it is a little bit.
you see me?
Yeah, I see you.
This has been a public service announcement, Joe.
Okay. Sorry.
Are you on your phone completely? I mean, I guess that's probably a stupid question.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you the furnace that's over here. As soon as I'm able to turn this around.
Only rioters hold their phone vertical.
He just turned around.
Wait,
His Canadian connection just dropped. All of his tibbets are gone.
Wrong
there
button.
he is.
I always hit the wrong button. How do I flip this thing around?
Should be able to just flip it.
Like two arrows. Come on.
I
Joe.
did that, and I went to website. I did the reload page. Oh man, I don't see it. Anyways,
It might not be because you're in StreamYard, right?
oh maybe. Anyway, this is the unit that has the problem that the condenser's stolen. But I put it on for a sec, and this is a good tip. And you know what, Rick and Adam could probably vouch for me. If you're gonna change something on a house, at a commercial building, whatever, maybe put it on, because I think there's other issues here as well. Because when I put it on, which I'll try to do right now,
How many ton is that?
it's a 2-ton, I believe.
And it's
I gave him a
matched.
2.5. I gave him a
Okay,
2.5 ton. Sorry?
2.5 ton condenser on 2-ton coil.
No, I got 2.5. Well, it's one. It's a TXV. I got R22, and I got 1.5 to 3 tons. So they're all the same.
Wait, Joe, did you just show the internet your unit?
Sorry?
He did.
I just asked if you just showed the internet your unit.
Yes. Yes.
She gets a kick out of this sort of
I'm
thing.
sorry.
I'm
had too much
trying to
wine
get
already.
I'm trying to get this unit on because I put it on, and it was like, oh my god! And I turned it off. I had to come on here. I wanted to come on here, and
I had to come on here, boy. I'll send you a check as soon as you send me the hat.
the fuse off or something. Anyways. Oh.
Babe, do you want to go show the internet your unit?
Yeah, I'm going to right now. Actually, just turn the furnace switch on, guys. I think she's a trying.
That don't sound very good.
She's not doing so hot.
Is that the inside or outside unit?
That's the blower. So, anyways, I gotta check it out before
Spin
I
it.
came here and drop off a few things. But,
Nice.
yeah. What is it? Look at the sacrifice, guys. You know how HVAC guys are. What time is it right now? I can't.
My time is 10:12. Adam's
What's
probably
Canadian
9:12.
time right now?
I'm Eastern time.
Oh, you're same as us.
Yeah. So.
Oh, well, you're same as us. Yeah.
Mm.
I thought you were like in the middle.
No.
He's like, no.
I see where you're coming from, though. It is kind of the middle.
Yeah, I thought you were like over by Quebec or whatever it is.
No, that's too far east.
East, that's big west.
He'd be a Frenchie then.
That's
What's your capital? ain't Quebec your capital?
We like
Ottawa.
Frenchies over here,
Oh.
Adam.
French cheese.
Frenchies. Yeah.
Yeah, Frenchies. We met a couple when we were on vacation from Quebec, and they barely spoke any English. I thought they were from France. No, Canada.
How were they?
Yeah.
Nice people, right?
Nice people. I mean, maybe they were like, these guys are dicks saying in Francois or whatever. I don't know what they were talking about, but
Yeah, they're probably calling you a dick.
they were apparently nice. They seemed nice.
Yeah.
They like to brag about their ability to drink higher alcohol content beer.
The French?
No, the Canadians.
Oh.
Is that true? I don't know. I never heard that.
Back before you needed a passport, I did my brother's bachelor party up there in what is it, Toronto or what is it?
Oh, Trump.
Oh, wait a minute.
We have another contestant.
I know who
And
it is.
now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the 7th member of the Village People.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Bill.
You know what?
What the F are you doing, Joe?
You know what? The first thing he said, first of all, you should have been here by now. Like, why am I here before you?
Yeah, that is true.
Oh man, I have had a day that I can only describe using all the swear words.
Tell us about it.
Is your
That's
bad?
good to fight.
Yeah. No, I'll save that conversation for the private chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was that kind of day.
Okay, I hear you. I thought, I'm thinking work for some reason. I'm thinking work.
No,
day.
actually, I'm on call and didn't get a single thing coming in.
You're
Sweet.
kidding.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm on call next week. I can't wait.
110 degrees out and got nothing today, which I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to do a couple things around the barn, get my barn prepped, painted, and scraped and all that stuff. But 2 hours into it, like, no, man,
It's too hot.
can't stop sweating.
Yeah,
it's
it was
just,
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous.
There you go. Now you look better, Joe. More authentic. More authentic. It's like real.
But you told me to go horizontal.
You're vertical again, ass crack.
Oh, that's sarcasm. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hold on. I can't hold my phone like
Vertical for videos, horizontal for pictures.
Woo!
And is on mute now.
Oh my god. Yeah, you muted your thing there.
So why did Joe break into an office building this time of night?
He's doing nice public service for people at a limited pace.
Looks like he's just walking around in circles.
He don't even realize he's muted.
I'm being a good. No, I heard you, Rick. I'm being a good Samaritan, all right? I feel bad for people. It's a private school. I think I mentioned this to you guys. I had to use
private school, man.
Sorry?
Private school, they're not hurting for nothing.
The
Drake's kids go to school there.
I feel bad, and they're a big client of mine. So
They're paying you pretty good though, right? You're getting paid OT.
No, he's not charged.
no,
You're
I'm not
charged.
Pro
I'm barely
bono.
making anything here. I'm barely making anything, guys.
Damn, man, it's
You
a
missed it,
private
though.
school.
He showed all of us his unit. You missed it.
I did show my unit.
It's nothing I
It was a
haven't
nice
seen
looking
before.
unit.
Yeah, nothing new.
Perfect, Rick.
Hey, she put all the good sound effects in here for me.
Oh,
Nothing
good job.
new. I mean, when
Do
you're part of the OT HVAC overtime gang, we've all seen each other's units.
We're double time today.
You know,
Actually, today's double time. Today's double time. Good one. Good one.
Yeah, we're
part of
doing
the
double time.
initiation.
Double overtime.
Yep.
Double overtime.
Going big or going home.
I can't even
This is what
imagine
you
what that's like.
Yeah, we don't get double like we used to. We used to get double anytime on Sundays. That don't happen.
No.
Only if it's holiday or something.
One sec, guys.
Oh yeah, holidays.
Yeah, that's about it.
Mm. Adam, you look like you're about ready to fall asleep.
I'm just relaxing, It's Saturday. I figure leaning back, kick it back,
Is there your green screen on, or did you move everything around again?
No, it's my green screen.
Okay. That looks pretty good, man. I tell you, it fools me every time.
So, Rick, I was watching your video the other day, and
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Which one is that, Joe?
I think the latest one, the two condensers.
I was watching your double condenser.
Double
condenser
condenser,
video.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just threw that thing together. I didn't know if anybody found any use in it or not, but
Yeah,
There's a-
it's a call, man.
I know,
gotta
but
take
you know
everything
me,
on.
I try to show refrigeration and big crazy stuff, and so I feel like I'm gonna get made fun of if I show a residential unit,
Absolutely not. People want to see that, brother.
especially if it's just overcharged. It's like, oh, real hard, just take the Freon out. So I'm like, they're gonna make fun
It's
of me
all
for
about
it.
the approach. The new guys don't know that, Rick. You go to the unit, they don't know where to start.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I kind of like hoped for. So I mean, I haven't even checked to see how well it's doing yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I just it was sitting there and I got permission and everything, and so I thought, oh, we'll just go ahead and throw it out there, and then that other one, as far as the element, I mean, that was something that happened this winter,
Yeah.
but it was so short that I couldn't really use it for much of anything else. So I was like, well, we'll just throw that in there, and it's just same thing. Like I gave an overview of that geothermal makeup air unit that we was just talking about. That one there is more for makeup air than it is for humidity, but it does have dehumidification, so it'll do both.
Cool. So wait a minute. What are they using for their condenser line?
On that one's a plate heat exchanger. This one's a lot newer. So the nice one that works, that's a plate heat exchanger.
With a chill loop.
It's a geothermal loop. So
Okay,
it
cool.
has
That's all
literally. So you take the compressors. They're either going to go into the reheat coil. They're going to go into the geo
Yep.
loop.
Absolutely.
And then that one doesn't have a boiler or anything. However, all those geothermals have an electric boiler because this is at a place where electricity is cheap. So, but that, I can't disclose where it's at.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, that was kind of the rules on that one. So I try not to make much there. That was, one of the ones that I got in trouble for showing too much. But yeah.
In a grocery store.
No, I haven't asked about that yet, but I've kind of kept those quiet for right now just because,
Yeah, you don't want to.
I'm too new and, I don't have a lot to show right now. I
Don't
gotta
want
be
to
honest.
start nothing yet.
Yeah, I'm kind of, look, I'm hooking my gauges up.
Man, I haven't had much to show lately either. It's just been, for being as hot as it is out right now, I haven't had much of anything cool going on. Like maybe 1 or 2 refrigeration calls a week, and the rest is just hot side equipment for some reason.
Speaking of cool, is that a Golden Girls shirt you're wearing?
Stay
That's
golden.
what I was wondering.
Oh wow, awesome!
It's pretty sweet.
Now I know how he gets the ladies, although he's married.
Stay golden, bro.
I got to start wearing some Golden Girl shirts.
I
Always
love
like the
Golden
old
Girls,
lady.
man.
Yeah.
I like Blanche.
Picture
Yeah,
it.
Blanche is crazy.
Picture it. Sicily.
Such a whore.
Oh my god.
That's Blanche, man. She got around.
She was.
I think she banged Ernest Hemingway even.
She always had a story for something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ernest P. Worrell.
Oh, I did like the old
1,400
lady, like the
views.
oldest one, the mom or whoever she was. Well, she's
Yeah.
like 120 years old. She had a
But
good
she
sense
really
of,
was not that
She was
old.
funny.
I heard she was really the youngest out of the whole group.
No way.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
What was that show she actually was in? It was it this? She was in a
in another
show and
show?
she was like the manager. It's somewhere from back in the '90s when and she was in it and she was the manager of. I think it was where what's his name was the it wasn't the toy but where he went to the I don't know, never mind, I forget. My mind's blank.
Mhm. Yeah, it's that time of night.
Too much crack.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Not enough. Not enough to keep you awake and thinking.
Yeah, sure. Getting the twitch.
I tell you, I need some of that. If I had some crack today, I probably could have got my barn done despite the heat.
Cocaine is a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
What do you got to do on the barn?
Oh, I gotta scrape it, power wash it, and fix all the broken pieces of wood on it. It's a 120-year-old barn, 2-story barn, and just it's been painted every other year since the other people had it, but there's a lot of wood that's starting to rot and crack and just break down. So I'm trying to fix it up as best I can, repaint it until I have the funds to put metal siding up all over it.
So
A couple years down the road.
you have a barn. How big is your property?
About an acre.
That's a big
Yeah.
barn for a little acre.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Man, I got 3 1/4.
Oh,
I mean,
3
I only
acre.
got- I got 3 1/4 acres, and I only got like a 30 by 24 barn.
Yeah, it's not huge. It's basically the width of probably 2 full-size cars, a little bit more than that, and then a little bit deeper than that.
But yours
Yeah.
isn't that old.
It's not
Mine's
massive.
only like 3 years, 4 years old. Had the Amish build it. They built the whole dang thing in like 12 hours.
Yeah, it didn't surprise me. How many Amish do they have? Like 40?
I think it was about 6 or 7.
All named Amos.
6 or 7? That's it?
Yeah, the one guy was able to drive, so he was the negotiator, and for
He was
$3,000 they put it up with my material, and they provided the nails, which saved me about because I was able to take the nails back to Menards, and I wish I would just bought it all. He goes, yeah, we had better metal, and I could have done this, and he told me the price, and I'm like, it would have been $2,000 cheaper to have you guys do it, and he goes, you would have had better metal too. And I'm like, oh, thanks, dude, appreciate that. Just what I needed to hear.
You would have had better metal if the Amish did it?
Yeah, they supposedly, because he goes, I don't like this Menards metal. He goes, ours was thicker and has a better paint coating on it.
I wonder where they get their special Amish metal from.
How big is your barn, rich people? You see some of these things down here?
No, I forgot all about the chat.
Oh,
What do they say?
Yeah. James Rookie Jr. No, I'm not near Lorraine. I think that's up by like Clevelandish area. I'm over here in the northwest quarter, so it's.
For some reason, I just kind of felt like we're all just hanging out, and I forgot that we're actually on YouTube right now. It's a good thing I started swearing or nothing.
Legalized spying.
What do we got here? Oh, we got Hughesman, John, HVAC, Sean, Mac, Shannon with his sunglasses on.
Have you guys seen that video of all the like 200 Amish people picking up a barn and walking and taking it like down the block?
Oh yeah, I see.
Quite impressive.
I haven't seen that, but I had watched these guys do mine. They went around, drilled the holes, and had everything in the ground in less than, I think it was 35 minutes. They had all the poles set. I mean, it was stupid. In 2 hours, they had all the poles, and it had it banded on the outside, just the 2x4s. Then they came back the next day and finished it all. I'm like, holy crap. Now, granted, it's just a shell, but you know.
Do you have a foundation?
What's that?
Is there a foundation there? Or?
I have a poured concrete slab, basically. Okay. I had stone down, and then I don't even want to talk about trying to save money because I'm cheap, and I screwed up. Hired some idiots to do it, and they completely screwed up my concrete. So,
what'd they do?
They didn't. They didn't have a power trowel. They didn't have a power trowel to make it flat, and so they ended up doing it all by hand. And then I rented one, but they weren't smart enough. Even though they do this every day, they didn't know to actually take it out into the stones and run it, and that would have knocked the concrete off the bottom. And so they ended up doing it all by hand. So they did a shit job. And after spending all that, what was it, $1,000 to $1,300 for material just for the concrete, and then they were supposed to be another $700 and something, which ain't a lot. That's the reason why I hired them. But they do it every day. I figured they know what they was doing. It didn't turn out real well.
See, I thought they always flattened it by hand with these, big long poles.
They'll float it.
Whatever
they'll float it and stuff.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. They have like this vibrating floater thing. My brother does concrete. He was supposed to do it, but I'm too busy. He was like Joe in the helping people out thing. He just kept putting me off. I'm like, dude, I got a graduation party coming up. I need this done. So ended up hiring these two that
Frickin' frack.
Yeah, and basically, one of the guys that had hired him that I know said, hey, call this guy, and that didn't turn out real well, unfortunately.
How thick did they pour it? They give you at least 4
It was supposed to be 4 inches, but then they came a little shy. So what they ended up doing, like a bunch of idiots, is they put a 2x4 underneath where my door would go, and the thing doesn't even hardly go past the end of my door. So my door comes down just at the end of the concrete. It's like they didn't pour all the way outside of the outside wall. And it's like the cement driver said, hey, I'll go get some more concrete. And they're like, oh, we'll be fine. So at the door, it's really thin. It's probably about 3-ish area. And I need to grind it down because the door is all screwed up now because they didn't go straight across. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chucking a truck. Well, live and learn.
Yeah.
You know what? Joe's trying to talk, even those things not working. He's working on a GMC furnace, Joe?
It looks like it.
GMC.
Sure it looks like a GMC, yeah. And it's the funny
or janitor
condenser to the ground. It looks like it's weird. It's still odd or whatever. Looking at it quick, that's what it seems like.
Let me tell you something before you start this job, Joe. This is a rule.
Yeah.
I don't want to discourage people from helping anyone out there because it's a great thing to do, and it probably gets you brownie points to get into heaven and all that. But every time you help somebody out and you're not making money on it, the job turns around and bites you in the ass.
Yeah, it turns into a shit show.
100% of the time. 100% of the time.
I agree. I hear you to a certain point. I know. It hit me. I was like, all these people are helping out each other. COVID time. I'm like, you know what? Let me do my good deed for this one.
Not me. I'm not helping nobody out.
That's how Rick's becoming.
Finding this R22 TXV coil was actually pretty little difficult too.
Wait, you're putting a coil in that thing?
Yeah, I just got a coil for them. I got a used system, condenser system, and I'm gonna put a coil for them. I just
you're doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
I thought you just lost the outside unit.
No, the coil doesn't look too good, so I want to replace it.
I sort of feel like private schools have a lot of money because they're private schools.
I have a feeling this is probably like a Christian school.
But this is Canada,
No.
so they may not. It's Canadian money. It's different.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's not like
they
they're paying
teach-
for healthcare, so
They teach kids with
True.
disabilities. That's what got me hard. Too.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll show you guys. Let me mute for a sec. I'll show you the coil. Plus, it's a piston coil. What's R22? I guess. I don't know why I decided to go TXV. Maybe because of mismatch. I don't know why I decided to go TXV. I just want to be safe, I guess, and I won't TXV. But
Okay, that's going to cut into your R22 stash, isn't it?
yeah, unfortunately it is. But see, I'll even sacrifice my R22 stash.
talk to Blue on. They'll get you something that's just about got the same flavor.
Just throw some goose juice in there and convert it to 407C. Everybody else is half-assing the conversions.
I convert it to R290 if I was you. It's more efficient, friendlier to
Yeah,
the
you just put
environment.
less. Just put less in there. It'll be all right. Looking good.
See, Joe's one of those guys that he'll help this private school. Then I'll be like, hey, Joe, can I borrow $1? He's like, no. I'm going to help you with nothing.
He probably can't even hear us.
I wonder what he's even looking at.
He's talking bad about us without moving his lips.
I'll tell you what, Joe. They the size of the width of that furnace. I wonder if what drive that blower has on it. For they were using a 2-ton. How well did that dehumidify before? Because that looks like a pretty small coil in that plenum.
Yeah, how big is this place?
Well, I'm wondering, is that just one classroom or is that the whole building?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You keep talking. Keep talking. We're listening.
Hughes, I use 422D as in David. I haven't tried the B.
It's a basement, pretty big basement, and another little sectional area.
So it's a little house.
Almost, yeah. Might be a little oversized, but at this point, they're getting it for next to nothing, so I care less.
Now we're next to nothing, so now we're not doing it for free.
Well, no, it's not for free, but
he made us sound like he was doing it for free.
oh, listen, almost free. Come on. If
What's
I told you guys,
$5,000 for you, system?
no. If I told you the guy's price, you guys probably never do it. So I know Adam won't. So
I can guarantee you I won't. If you're saying that, there's no way.
Yeah, it sounds like you're just like barely breaking even.
yeah, I guess around there. Whatever. I'm making a little bit. That's all that matters.
So back to the question: how many classrooms is that furnace cooling?
Down here, it's doing 1, 2, 3, about four little classrooms.
You said down there. Is that are you in the first floor or the basement or
Basement.
Okay.
They
Now,
don't air conditioning in the basement, bro.
not a lot of windows.
Too
huh?
cold.
From what I hear, a lot of windows built. From what I hear, she wouldn't do it, but the staff is complaining that's too hot. So right now, I'll show you what they have. Temporary. Let me walk there.
Get a couple dehumidifiers in there.
That's actually what they have right now. Portable one.
Yeah.
1 second. Oh, actually, this place is a maze. Well, this door is not open for some reason. That's where it is. Okay.
So
They have a little.
just staring at your neck.
Sorry, it's a little portable unit they have in the window. So, but
You got a portable unit in the window, like window shakers? Is that what you said?
not a window shaker. The those, I don't know what they call them. The ones that are on wheels and you just put the vent outside.
Oh, just like a portable AC system?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I believe it's a dehumidifier, not an AC. I could be wrong. It could be both. I don't know.
Interesting.
Joe, it looks like there's a camera in the corner. They're watching you wander around and talk on the phone over there.
That's all right. They're getting it for free. Bye.
Almost like free.
Almost.
Mhm.
Almost like
free.
Yeah, they you know what? You're right. They probably are watching my.
And
Look right behind you. Turn right around.
I'm not gonna do that right now.
90 degree and look up in the corner.
Bang!
Hey, also, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it this time of night? Why don't you just do it like tomorrow morning or something?
I am gonna do it tomorrow, but I want to come drop off a few things, and I want to put it on and see what's going on. And when I put it on quickly, it was making some horrid noise. So, whatever.
They let you in that late at night, huh?
Yeah, it's a friend of friend. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They gave me the key and everything. I'm a good
Yeah.
I work on their shit all the time. They have a package unit up on the second floor, and they have another furnace on the third floor.
Sounds like they needed to just throw some ductwork in there or drop a package unit in for that basement.
They have drop ceiling, which that's the other issue I was worried about. Let's see here. Look, I'll show you guys this. They have look at these things. They have flex going off, and it's running in the drop ceiling.
Looks like dryer vent.
Yeah, you know. So this is telling you. Okay, I guess my return's right outside the wall here in the hallway, and you got a supply there. You got these two supplies here, and one goes behind me, and I think it turns. So I'm afraid those flex are blocked for some reason because I see no vents here. They're going this way, but there's no vents. Well, actually, there's one in the corner here, but the other one I don't see it. So I'm feeling just by looking at it right now that it's covered. So I think this is going to turn out like Adam said. It's
Yeah,
it is.
You're going to be getting a couple callbacks on that.
What
Like,
you should
yeah, it's
just
still not
really-
cooling properly.
You would have really done it for free. Then, if it didn't work out, you could just be like, that's all right.
you know what I'll do, Adam? I'll be like, you know what, guys? Don't pay me anything. No. I'm pretty confident. I'll make it work.
You got to test your static and commission
Oh,
it
yeah,
properly.
cold.
I'm
all that stuff.
gonna put a flow hood and everything. I'm gonna do everything.
Mhm.
Right.
Flow hood. Right.
See how much air you got coming out of your light switches.
Mike,
blower door test of the light switches. Oh my god.
micron gauges don't come out unless the job is over $4,000.
Micron what?
Joe's like, huh? Yeah.
He's thinking about it.
That would never work.
It's the same thing with nitrogen too.
Yeah.
Nitro
You know
hood?
what? That's a good point. Maybe I should bring it.
Just bleed some refrigerant through it. It'll be fine.
Perfect. That's actually even better than nitrogen.
We don't need no stinking vacuum.
I just blow through it with my mouth while I'm brazing. It's the same thing, right?
As long as you breathe in first, heavy.
I mean, I'm breathing out basically CO2, and that's good for that's good enough, you know.
But it's oxygen, bud. Oxygen's killing it.
Yeah,
Is it?
I'm not a scientist.
The O2 oxygen. Yep.
That's fake news.
Oh man, they're looking at me. These cameras, they think I'm a nut bar.
They do. They're like, for this guy doing the job for free, he's sure spend a lot of time here. And
Doing selfies on his camera and holding it vertical even. Look at that.
Selfies. Oh my god.
Well, they don't know what's going on. Hopefully they ain't got microphones in there listening.
I'm surprised they even have cameras in Canada. They trust everybody.
They have to. It's a school, right? So you gotta have cameras everywhere.
True.
this is the ghetto. This is where they steal the condensers.
Yeah, they did steal it.
Good call.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, they stole it because what happened is they were closed. They were closed before the COVID. The COVID came, so they're still closed.
It was cold
shit
then.
was it looked like abandoned. Not abandoned, but it looked pretty bad.
Oh,
And
man,
so
they're gonna get charged with mischief.
if they find them,
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
somebody trying to, around here, like Adam said, for sure, it's just somebody trying to look for the quick buck for the quick crack, and that's it.
what do the Mounties ride over there? Like mooses or horses or something?
No Mounties here. No Mounties here. It's all coppers.
They got cars?
This
Yeah,
is
cars.
Oh,
Even around here, though, they make you give your driver's license and all that crap when you turn that stuff in.
oh yeah.
Really?
Oh
yeah, we're pretty strict about it.
yes.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
Joe, 100% true question. Like the Mounties, the real Canadian Mounties, do they really like go around with St. Bernards with like a barrel around their neck?
They had a special on it.
Yes.
We don't have Mounties here in this province. I couldn't tell you. Out in BC, I believe they have them. I know they have Mounties, but I doubt they have St. Bernards. Those things I heard are not the greatest dogs. I heard like they're pretty
Lazy and fat and dumb.
How many commercials cartoons has everyone seen as a kid about a Mountie showing up, saving somebody in a snowstorm with a
Looney Tunes. I think Bugs Bunny was the first time I
I
seen
thought it
it.
was Bowinkle.
Yeah.
No, you're
Holy
thinking of
cow.
Moose and Squirrel
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
I remember Moose and Squirrel.
with Boris and Natasha.
Moose
Yeah.
and squirrel.
But
Bullwinkle wasn't Bullwinkle,
Yeah,
right?
Rocky and
Mhm.
Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
it's what's in the.
Oh, Rocky.
It's supposed to be, what is it? They say it's whiskey or bourbon or something in the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it
Really?
bourbon or something?
Although I remember in a cartoon, and cartoons are true, is at one time the barrel, like they took the barrel off the dog's neck and they opened it up, and it was like I think not like a first aid kit, but it had some other sort of assortments of things in there. Food, I know, was one of the assortments,
Food is overrated.
but I don't know.
Yeah, I think
How
I think
true
some
that is.
scotch, some nice aged scotch in the barrel.
Hmm.
Well, they
Oh,
need
yeah.
something, as an antibacterial
Right.
to put on the wound to
Absolutely.
disinfect it.
Antibacterial,
you warm.
give you some number,
That too.
and
And to keep you warm when you're stuck in the snow during an
warm.
avalanche.
There you go.
Mhm.
So, can you believe alcohol has that many benefits?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
It's a good
Do you
story.
guys have free dog care? Like if your dog has to go to the
Oh, that's a good
veterinarian,
question.
do you get free
I mean,
dog
they're
care?
Canadian.
That
citizens.
is a good question.
Dogs'
No, we
lives
don't.
matter.
Pets' lives do matter, but you have to buy insurance for it.
Oh, now they have to buy the insurance. Only when it's a
Oh,
dog.
man. So
They got-
the-
Animal rights dog.
They're going to start protesting, right?
yeah, I think we have to go there and lay in front of some highways.
You know what? Just recently, they just vandalized two Lanny McDonald. Was it Lanny
What the hell's
McDonald's?
a laddie McDonald?
I know it's a hockey player too, but I don't know if I'm getting mixed up. But anyways, McDonald.
Is that his real name, Laddie McDonald?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's an amazing Canadian name.
Right? They vandalized two statues. It's unbelievable, but whatever.
What would happen if we were over there as a guest, and we got hurt? I mean, I don't even think my insurance would cover me over there. Would you guys hook me up for free, or how's that
No.
work?
That's a good question.
Or do you drag us back across the border and throw us in the ravine?
No,
Probably
I think
option B.
we're your brothers from a different mother, so I believe we will take care of you, and then we're able to bill later.
Oh, that's cool. And then I move across the border, and then you never
And
find me
those are-
again.
Exactly.
Just keep sending the bills.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean
Where
Mack,
you live
asked a
at?
good
What's a
question.
road?
Do they have Chinese takeout in Canada?
Very good
They
question.
do. They do. Why wouldn't they?
I don't know. It's Canada.
What about hibachi grill?
Hibachi grill? Nope. They don't, I haven't heard of it.
What about the Benihana?
Nope.
No Benihana.
I don't even know what Benihana is. I was like, I don't know.
I heard
It's like
McDonald's,
gymnastics in Chinese food.
I heard McDonald's has a whole nother menu set in Canada than they do here.
You know what? I think we're similar to you guys, but out east, I heard they do. They have like crab or fish or something on the coast there.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
McDonald's
So
crab.
Yuck.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good. Mhm.
That's about it. But
Oh,
I'm gonna
well.
check this out. Yeah, I'm gonna check this out soon. I'll probably go off for a couple minutes, do something here.
What are you
Just
gonna
go home. You're doing nothing.
do? Yeah.
I know. I want
Go
to turn
home
on
and
again.
relax.
What are you gonna turn on? You need a new blower motor, dude. That's what you need.
I need
No,
something.
You need a blower.
Something.
Yeah,
No.
you're gonna need a new one after you try running it with that dryer vent in there.
This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna tell them they need a capacitor. You're gonna look at the capacitor. It needs a capacitor. You're gonna change the capacitor, and they're gonna call you 2 days later, and you're gonna need a blower motor, and they're gonna say call back.
Mhm.
Skip
We
the
want a new
You're so
one.
pessimistic. Oh my god.
Tell
Be
you.
optimistic here, man.
blower
They
motor.
don't know how much that thing normally costs. To them, it's just money.
Yeah.
We just paid you for this.
Mhm.
I know, right? You're right. No, I don't know. We'll see.
Do you guys sell capacitors up there for like $200-$300 like they do around here sometimes?
Like on the service call, or you think
Yeah.
in general on the show?
Yeah.
Some try to take advantage, but most of the people, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
Maybe, whatever. I know Adam probably would do. Adam, what do you charge for a compressor?
If I'm just doing a capacitor, like if I'm like super busy, there's a lot of calls, I'm not checking the charge, and it's like, hey, the unit was working perfectly and it just stopped, and it's like I'm loaded with calls, I'm not going to check the charge or anything else. I'll probably be just over $200 with the service call. Like if I'm in and out, just the capacitor. If I'm doing other crap, checking the charge, cleaning the condenser coil, you know, it's gonna be more.
But that's everything. That's the trip charge, the labor, the capacitor.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think that's the thing. I look through some of my comments. I'm like, you really hose that customer, and it's like, we charge $65 an hour.
Right?
You know?
That's nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we charge
pretty low.
drive time to and from. Plus, you know, if it's a local call, it might be 15 for the trip. You know, so I mean, an hour might be $110. I mean, so some of these people don't realize that we don't. I mean, we're a small town, so I mean, yeah, now granted, it gets expensive the further we go out. I mean, some of them people can end up paying, you know, $100 before we even get there. But if it's a local call, I mean, we're not in our markup on the capacitors is, you know, not near what it was even where I was at before. So
Yeah.
ours are cheap.
Must have been a homeowner saying that comment.
I don't know. I mean, it just was like, oh, well, what did you want me to do? I was looking through, 'cause sometimes I don't get notified on some of my comments, especially as the video gets older. I'll be looking through and looking for my hearts and stuff like that. And if I don't see one, then I look at it and see if it was something I've acknowledged or not. And this one was one I seen, and it's like, you really hosed that customer and all this other crap. It was the one where they had an evaporator, fan was bad, and I insulated the line set and all this other crap. And I'm thinking, things were wrong. They agreed to have them fixed, and I did it for, you know, the normal rate, and they were happy. So why are you saying I hosed them? So yeah, whatever.
I mean, I guess it depends on where you're in the country, you know, because some people are used to running $100 service calls all day long. And if I run more than $100 service call in a week, I'm like kicking myself, you know. It's like,
yeah,
I need to make some money here. Like these $100 calls are not going to do it, you know.
No, not with all the costs you got, the parking, the freaking fees to get across town, and the drive time takes 2 hours to get somewhere. That would suck.
Insurance, you know, truck payments, there's so much that goes into it. It's not like, I think everyone thinks that you should be, hey, there's one guy showing up to my house. He should be charging me maybe $30 or $50 an hour. And that's total. And I should pay $100 to fix something. They don't look at, well, they go to the shop in the morning, they're cleaning off the truck for this amount of time, they're organizing stuff, they're going to supply houses to restock the truck. There's so much dead time that you're not making money on, and you have overhead too. You have to make up for all that, right?
Time getting the part.
Right.
And with you not having a crap load of installers, I mean, you know, some of our installers are doing jobs that are $80,000 or a couple $100,000, bringing in the money that, you know, installs always brought in more money than what service usually does.
Yeah.
So if it's just one or two of you, it's hard to do it with just that amount of people. So yeah, our costs get offset by all the other departments because I mean we got everything: electric, plumbing, all that stuff.
Well, look at that $250,000 job, the humidification system you said, Rick. You know they're making at least probably 50 grand off that, at least.
Since I'm not a manager, I don't have a clue what we make. I mean, I know like. On our small stuff, like markup on like motors and stuff, I mean, our markup is like, you know, maybe 30% on some stuff. I mean, where I'm used to double stuff like that. Yeah. Here we're pretty, you know, in line with what people will find it online, or maybe just a little higher and stuff. So I mean, granted, we get a good price on it, but still, yeah. I mean, especially nowadays, they're by checking everything.
Yeah, I know. You know what? And like I mentioned before, that's what killed, I think, the automotive industry. Everybody should just always bring their parts to the garage. Oh yeah, I got my own part. I used to remember that a long time ago. I got my own part. Can you do it for me? Oh, I used to hate that, and it's starting to happen in the HVAC industry, which sucks.
You know, I have to admit something. I did that one time, but I inadvertently did it. Okay, I bought brake pads for my truck. And the brakes, like the calipers and everything were so rusted on there, I couldn't get them off. And I was like fighting with it for, I don't know, 20 minutes or something like that. And that was like the first tire I took off. So I'm like, screw this. I brought it over there. And I'm like, I hate to do this to you. I was trying to do this myself, but here you go.
So the calipers were seized on the rotor?
It was I don't even remember. This is like 5 years ago, but I believe like the screws to hold the calipers on the rotor. Like I couldn't.
Tight, yeah. The two 17 mil.
I don't work on cars anymore. I did when I was like a kid, you know, in high school. But like I don't know.
You guys ever have customers that give you parts and be like, "Hey, I think this is what's wrong with it. You want to put it on there?"
Yeah, there's no warranty for it though. If anything else goes wrong.
I love when customers take their shit apart and you get there and it's like all in pieces laying there. And yeah.
See, I've never, well, I guess in the commercial world, I don't see a lot of that. Every once in a while, a manager will like take off a side panel or something and they'll look in there and be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to touch that. But when I used to do residential appliance repair, man, just about everybody thought they could fix their own appliances. And I get there and the dryer's just in pieces or a washer's halfway taken apart. And like, yeah, I wasn't doing this. I'm like, yeah, it's not doing nothing now. So I got to put it together and then figure out what's wrong with it.
You know, it's funny. Somebody made a comment in the chat that if you bring your car into a mechanic, nobody bats an eye for spending $1,000 on your car. And that is so true. Like if I bring a truck or a car to a mechanic, if I get out of there for less than $1,000, I'm like happy. And the funny thing is, I'm going without a car. I'm taking my own time. I have to get a ride back. I'm dropping the car off at the mechanic for all day for him to usually fix it, right? We're coming to your house on your time. Most of the time, we try to work around your schedule. We have the parts with us. We fix it on the spot, and then we leave. And then people bitch about our prices. You know?
Yeah. Having it on the truck is a big thing because, I mean, where I'm at, we don't keep much more than universal motors and some things like that. Whereas before, I mean, I had every control board for every furnace we sold and generator parts and sub pumps and all that crap.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. I wonder why people don't see the value in what, well, I don't do residential, but, you know, the value in what you guys do, going to people's homes like that versus, you know, the auto mechanic.
Yeah, because if you wanted your motorcycle work done or something like that, you got to schedule it to them, bring it to them, drop it off, come back later, pick it back up. Yeah, it's
a hassle.
You know what? Actually, motorcycle mechanic. I don't know if it's like that over there in Ohio, but over here, it's almost like a little niche market.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I asked how much it was to get a tire mounted, and you think about it, a motorcycle tire is a little weird, and sometimes it takes special mounting equipment. And I'm like, how much to do that? And they're like, $75 a tire to mount the tire. And I'm like, yeah. How much is the tire? Well, if you want a good one, well, yeah, I really don't want the cheapest one. You know, I'm only on 2 wheels. You know.
Yeah.
Rick, you being a rider, I'm going to tell you a rookie mistake. I had one in my early 20s, crotch rocket. And it was so funny. I was so excited my first year driving. And I go clean it up, and I put armor on my tires. Well, stupid me. I didn't know I went on the sidewall. And the first turn I made, I went down.
Oh, that hurt.
Yes, and thank God
That's
it wasn't
awesome.
Yeah.
Good thing you had free health care.
Yeah, right. I know I didn't. I had no damage, but obviously I dropped the bike. But it was just so fun. I'm like, what a jackass!
Yeah.
But I wouldn't think it would have that effect, to be honest with you.
I get weird.
I wouldn't have thought of that either.
When they even patch the roads and they put like that black tar on there, in my mind, I'm always visualizing sliding out from underneath of it.
Oh yeah.
I had a dirt bike as a kid, and I know it's different, but I always remember going over the handlebars and about ripping my thing off as I'm going over. So it's like, yeah.
That's what I learned on. Actually, I learned on a four-stroke dirt bike.
Yeah.
So Joe,
I've always been ATV.
What do you? Joe, I'm envisioning you either ride a Ducati or a Vespa.
Listen, if
Vespa with saddlebags.
Yeah. If I were to ride again, it would be a Ducati or a Aprilia.
Power button.
Aprilia or a Honda. I'm a Honda guy.
And when you ride your Honda, do you have like the Canadian flag draped around you like a cape? Just
actually,
flapping
that's the
in the
other
wind?
mistake I did. You know, Bill, I'm glad you mentioned this. So in my early 20s, up here, when the World Cup happens, people celebrate with flags. So I'm there holding my flag on my bike. Well, my flag I'm telling you this, I don't know why. My flag got caught in my freaking tire. Almost ripped my arm off. Oh, I was so pissed. And then on top of that, I get stopped by the cops. Oh, my God.
Is it a law there, like it is here, that you're not supposed to let the flag touch the ground?
Well, yeah, it's a respect thing, right?
but I was so cheesed, dude. I couldn't believe it.
What happened to the flag? Did they get like wound up around the tire, or?
Oh, it just shredded to pieces. My I had to wrap it around my wrist. I freaking almost ripped my wrist. It was such a bad day. I couldn't believe what it.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's the first driver. That's the first driver mistakes I was doing, and whatever I learned from it. That's for sure.
Hmm.
All right.
Hope you learned from that one.
Yeah, I sold the bike.
Mhm.
It wasn't worth much. It had all the scratches in it now.
Right?
Yeah. Had flag bits in the chain.
You know what, Rick? Actually, you know, in bikes, I had a problem with the speedometer. I can't remember what it was, but the fuse was out. So unlike a car, you take out this fuse and your speedometer doesn't go up.
Really?
I think
On an analog?
Yeah, it was an analog. It was a 2000 Honda CBR 600.
Didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting, but it's connected to your lights, like something vital. So you can't have lights if your speedometer doesn't work. Something like that. I can't remember.
They're trying to make it so you rack the miles up and don't ride around without a light, so you run the speedometer on.
Right. So when I sold it, I got my same value back because it was kilometers didn't move, or miles didn't move.
This guy's always
Nice.
like he's always freaking trying to. Yeah.
I don't know how I figured that out, but I was like, yes. But anyways,
Speaking of flags, I got my cool mask here because now Ohio has to wear freaking masks now. Our county is one of the highly infected ones now, or semi-infected. We're not crazy, but we're kind of getting there. So I found one that basically you just kind of pull up, and it actually doesn't feel too bad, but it's got the flag on it. So
cool.
you can wear it all kinds of different ways and stuff. But
We're at DEFCON level 3 out of 4 at our county. So now, as of Friday night at 6 p.m., everybody mandatory masks.
otherwise, we take a chance of getting
Nice.
shut down again. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
walk
Rick
into
looking
somebody's
badass.
house like this and be like, "I'm here to work on your stuff. Where's it at?"
It's funny though. It's funny because you see all these new cases and that all these people are going crazy, and we're hearing about it too. As an example, Jessica Egan, she thinks there's a possibility she might have it. You know, she's like
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
she's always on Facebook and everything. So you see it. She's in Florida, but then you see all these people that are like, "This is just a conspiracy. It's fake. It's not.
It's not fake. I think the problem is they've just made it worse than what it is. I mean, this is one. There's only one reason for this, in my opinion, is to destroy the economy so they don't get him reelected. I mean, that's what they're trying to do. I mean, to me, that's just simple as that.
I think if anything, like this is like solidifying all of his supporters and stuff. I think it's just like I don't think anybody that believes in Trump or follows Trump right now is like looking at this and be like, yeah, I'm not voting for Trump this year. I mean,
No.
if anything, like people like me that are sort of on the fence, and then they're like, oh yeah, well now I can choose between Trump or Biden. I'm like, well, that's.
Do I want the
Right.
80-year-old man that can't
Yeah.
even speak for himself that'll probably die in the first couple months of being in there?
Or do I want the other old?
Or do I want,
guy?
or do I want the one that's only 72 years old? And yeah, he's an asshole, but I didn't ask for a best friend. So I just want somebody that ain't going to screw us any worse than the other.
And I responded to a Facebook post today. I rarely do this because Facebook is so toxic, but it every once in a while it just gets me. So somebody shared a meme about the coronavirus being fake, whatever. I don't think it's fake either. I just think the media tends to blow negative things out of proportion like this because they just want to fan the flames and see how bright they can make it. And somebody put on there like, I'm not going to get the vaccine because I don't want to get microchipped. And I've seen that a few times now, and I can't tell you like how stupid I think that is. Like conspiracy theories thinking that this was created so the vaccine could get in our system with a microchip in it. I'm like, you guys realize like you all carry cell phones and you give every app on that cell phone permission to access your microphone, your GPS, your camera, your pictures, your files, everything on that phone.
Right.
The government already has all the information they could ever possibly need from you. Everything.
Do you ever wonder why you're getting like every 3 or 4 months, Google's like, you qualified for another free Google Home Mini coming to your house. All you have to do is say I accept, and it's
yeah, and don't forget the
we need a
Siri
microphone in
and
your bedroom.
Yeah, Siri and Alexa and all the Google things, those things you put in your house, and everybody's like, yeah, I got this new Alexa thing. I'm like, yeah, that listens all the time, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, and people are like, yeah, coronavirus is a conspiracy, so they can put microchips in us. Like, are you stupid? Like, they don't need to do that to fool you. They already have all the information they need from you.
Yeah,
Everything.
phone calls.
It's the dumbest argument ever about the coronavirus being a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Who knows where it came from though? It's here, but who knows
Yeah,
where
I
it came
don't even care where it came from.
I don't really know if it's true that it's being blown out of proportion just because of the election, because you do hear all the news from different countries around the world, how, pretty much the world was shut down for a while and everything's coming back up, but it's serious everywhere, not just here,
Yeah, it'd have to be like a worldwide conspiracy theory.
Right.
But the ones that are affected the most aren't needing to work, so they need to stay home and let the younger ones work like they're supposed to, and we should be fine. My friend has heart issues and stuff like that. He got it. The only thing he got was no taste and no smell, and he has
And
heart issues.
statistically, he is he was wearing a life vest for months. So if anything, based on the data, he should have been hit extremely hard with it, and no, just lost his sense of smell and taste.
That's
It's quite interesting. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
It didn't hit him harder than that. I think, mask or no mask, at some point, everybody's going to get exposed to it. There's nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing you can do. A mask is going to slow it down, maybe just a little bit, but I don't even think that much. I mean,
if you look at the numbers now, it's getting I remember when we were like less than 50,000. And I'm like, holy crap, we're going to hit 100,000 in this country. Now it's like, yeah, a day and a half, we're at 100,000. So I don't know. It's going up quick, right?
Yeah.
Just think about everything that has changed in the last 3-4 months.
Oh,
I mean, the things that have changed that you would have never figured would have happened like they have. We've been experiencing changes like you would have never thought in a million years, and
nuts.
it's more than just this.
Although with me being mostly an introvert, I'm like, this is awesome.
I was born for this, Bill. I don't know about you.
Like me too. Like I would love to just I don't know, put a big fence around my entire property. I'm like, yeah, see you guys later. Like that's it.
Do you mean that, vlogger?
what happened?
He said Trump 2020. I didn't think there was any Republicans in Canada or California. My bad.
Hey, they're almost the
Other
same.
than Chris.
Yeah, all the restrictions and laws and codes and this and that.
My wife would divorce me if I voted for Trump.
Yeah.
You can come live with us.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Going back to the political thing, I think our entire political system is just flawed. Like
it is.
Look at the candidates we get. I mean, I don't know. Before Biden was the final candidate, the rest of them really weren't that great either. But like, geez, is there? I don't know if you guys can remember the last, 5, 10 different presidents. Was there ever a president where like, you know what, I can really relate to that guy? That we come from a similar background, similar upbringing. I know they all have their speaking points that can align with the values of the audience, but for the most part, they're just.
I liked Ross Perot.
That was before my
I
time.
honestly don't remember Ross Perot.
Yeah.
I know him. I know his face, but I don't remember
He got us Bill Clinton because he came in as a third row candidate. So he split the vote, and that's how Bush Sr. lost.
I like Bill Clinton because he seemed like the guy that liked to party, man. I could party with Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I think me too.
That's how I choose my presidents. Is he a guy I could hang out with?
Have you watched interviews from George Bush Jr. like after he was, out of the office?
Before and after?
Yeah, he's
or when he was younger, how fast he was on the trigger.
And he's very interesting. He's like a very interesting guy. And he's like,
he seems much different now.
Yeah.
Like I would like to throw out a conspiracy theory that he's not the same George W. Bush that was in office because he's so much different now.
He was
throwing that out there. Conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a conspiracy theory that Avril Lavigne and Eminem both died years ago and they've been replaced by a body double. So why not George Bush?
I think this is rude, and I'm going to catch a lot of. Should I say it, Joe, about the old press secretary of the White House?
Who?
Which one?
White House.
I don't even know who it is.
I don't remember her name.
The new one or the old one?
You're talking about
Pelosi?
That's Speaker of the House.
No, I think you could say it. I think everybody agrees with you there.
So, she just struck me as a little odd looking. Like I felt like you guys ever watch Men in Black? The movie. I felt like she was
Yeah.
an alien inside of a human body.
I can see that.
You're talking about then now you got the one that's really pretty, but she's sharp on the trigger.
Man, she's a little smart cookie. That man. Oh, man.
AOC.
Hell no.
No, the new one. I don't know her name. The blondie.
Kaylee
No.
McEnany. It's funny that like somebody will throw like an off the wall question at her, and she like flips like 3 pages in her book, and she's like, "The facts in Ohio are," and she just starts rambling stuff off. I'm like,
Man, she's like a robot.
how do you find your information so quickly?
Pretty and smart. That's what I like.
Yeah.
I don't
Which
know.
kind of goes along with the way Trump does it. You know, I got to have a real good looking one, but I need to have some brains in there.
Seriously.
Yeah. Exactly.
Speaking of Trump and women, when was the last time you guys seen his wife? I haven't seen his wife in it feels like forever. Has she been around or something? Or like what's going on with that? Again, I don't watch the news because it's all just toxic.
I haven't even been watching it at all. And then people are like, "Oh yeah, look at this! All this bad things happen." I'm like, "Hell, I didn't know all this riot bullshit. I didn't know nothing about it."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, "Oh, so they're out burning their cities down." Brilliant.
I've
Brilliant,
unfollowed
right?
so many people on Facebook. For the most part, my Facebook, for the most part, is like 60-70% all HVAC stuff now.
It's safer that way.
Yeah. All the memes and news and conspiracy.
So, do you have normal people on your Facebook? Because it looked like you made yours dedicated to just the HVAC stuff.
Who, me?
Yeah.
See, I feel like Facebook is really good at telling me who my friends should be. So when they recommend friends, I just click yes.
See, I got all my private info, my family and stuff on there, which they're all of age now, so it's not such a big deal. But that's why, I don't usually accept anybody unless I know them or somewhat think I know them or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I
but,
don't even care. Like, yeah.
YouTube friend.
I do try to weed out like those, I don't know, like the businesses, those consulting businesses, like the, I don't want to throw any names out there and offend anyone, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like
Service.
the service consultants, like, hey, you want to boost your sales, blah, blah, blah.
Send you free leads.
The motivational HVAC talking guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to weed those guys out because I don't know.
Yeah, it's there to help each other, show stories. Yesterday, me, Adam, and Scott. I think Bill, you left by then. After the show, we had a good conversation because she was having some issues with one of his clients for freezing up. Anyways, and that's what it's about. I enjoyed
That
that.
must have been after I called him a piece of garbage. I felt kind of bad about that, but
It's all right.
yeah,
It's definitely a zero.
call him like I see him.
Oh my god! Actually, Rick, you're gonna be getting a beautiful hat soon.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'd like that.
We said you are, didn't we?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you kept my address or not.
I
Look,
have.
look for
I
that
don't
in
know, Paul.
January 2021.
No, I'm gonna send it out soon. I'm gonna.
Damn, I'm supposed to go to my PO box today too.
Yeah, your hat's there. My God.
Crap.
Oh no, you have your hat on.
Yeah, I'm wearing it right now.
Wearing his hat, Joe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sorry. I mean, what was it? The shirt?
Yeah.
Shirt, I think.
Man.
Something. Oh, is there a mask in there too?
Yeah.
Sweet. My old mask is getting kind of crappy since I never wash it.
I still wear the
Ew.
medical mask.
Yeah, I don't honestly understand the point of washing it, so I don't. You
How
know,
about putting it in the bag they gave you? Did they give you bags up there? Paper bag?
I got a little hook in my truck. I just hang it on my truck.
That's what I do too.
Yeah. Although there was a question, somebody on Facebook was like, "How do you clean your mask?" And I'm like, "I clean mine by blowing kisses into it." And nobody even gave me a heart or a thumbs up for that. I'm like, "Hey,
I use you.
better than your guys' answers."
You should have said I use refrigeration technologies.
Yeah, just blow R22 through it. I use it to recover refrigerant.
I use you.
I made a hole for my R22, so I thought a little hole in the corner.
I think Adam was trying to get a word in edgewise.
It would be nice once in a while.
Well, he's working on the job too. He's in a big old skyscraping water tower there.
Sunny
Yeah.
in Chicago for 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it is.
Well, they are in a different time zone. They're like
Man,
an hour
behind.
an hour behind us. I mean, it's sunny, shiny there.
And I mean, since the world is flat too, that would also explain why it could be bright and shiny in Chicago.
I mean, if we didn't have a way of looking at the Earth or planets or this or that, I mean, in a way, if you think about it, it kind of makes sense that the Earth is flat because you get to a certain point and you can't get any farther and it's just so cold and there's nothing. So it does make sense. Besides the fact that you could see the Earth and it is round, and there's horizons and the sun is round and all planets are round. You know what I mean?
I watched a documentary on that whole thing, and like if you ever meet a flat earther and you really want to trip them up, just ask them like, why would the government want to trick you to believe the Earth is round? Just ask them why, because as far as I can tell, nobody has a good answer for that question. They just all have these wild theories of how a flat Earth operates. But nobody's like, this is why the government would want us to believe the Earth is flat, because it's all, a conspiracy by the government. But nobody has any idea why they would want us, want to do that.
Kind of like the Apollo mission when we went to the moon.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
totally. That's fake.
You mean when we didn't go to the moon?
I don't.
We didn't. They had a fan blowing to make the flag was going the wrong way from the shadow or something. I don't know.
I did watch a documentary about that, but don't remember nothing about it.
If you look at all the facts on that, I mean, it could very well be true, but I believe there's a very, very strong chance that it's not true. And people ask, why would they lie? Because of the space race and the $billion
Russians
to try to get there, and then they failed. They couldn't do it. Well, you can't let spend the Americans' money, billions of dollars, and fail, right?
Well, if we didn't go there, then who did go there first?
Nobody.
So nobody's been to the moon yet?
I think there's a good possibility that nobody's been to the moon.
Huh.
It was the New Guineas.
Interesting.
Read about what NASA says recently. There's something called the Van Allen radiation belt, and they're trying to figure out how to get humans through it because you pretty much die because of the amount of radiation. It surrounds the Earth. So how did they get through back in the 60s? But now they are trying to figure out again.
How do we get through it to get to the space station then?
Lots of aluminum foil hats.
You don't have to go through it to get to the space station. Space station is barely
low orbit,
very lower orbit. Yeah, everything, all the satellites and everything are pretty low.
Oh, I love it when HVAC guys talk about astronaut stuff.
Well, we did make the thing cool, and we heated it because space is cold.
That's true. We just got to figure out how to make a furnace that can take CO and make it into actual breathable oxygen again, just like on spaceships.
You test it.
I will. I'll bring my CO2 detector to make sure I don't pass out.
NASA's having a contest right now to create a space station toilet, a new space station toilet.
Well, it's simple. It's shop vac.
Yeah, shoot her out the side wall.
Just like a shop vac and just mount a sports cup on the end of it. Simple.
That's screwdriver.
You like the whole potato gun kind of thing at the side of it.
That screwdriver is amazing.
What screwdriver? I missed it, Joe. Talking about sucking poop up with a shop vac.
It's called roll gear. And it's ratcheting, and it has some torques on it too. It has all kinds of stuff. And it's a quiet ratchet. So you don't hear.
Is that a Canadian screwdriver?
I guess so. You know what?
About
Look at that. Hold
What
on.
is it?
Where are the bits at?
I got to tell you, Joe, I'm usually really,
It's Canadian.
Yeah.
really worried about how noisy my ratchet
I
is.
was thinking the same thing.
It's right up with that Milwaukee one.
Which one?
The Impact by Milwaukee, the one that's like fluid or some crap. It's 20 dB quieter. You get less hearing loss.
Infomercial starting off.
Yeah. Show us the screwdriver one more time. I missed the cue for that. Go ahead, one more time.
You know what, guys? Read this carefully. I just realized this. Check this out. Just read it if you can. Ready? Just look at everything.
Can't read it.
There, but then what do you think?
Oh yeah. Oh.
It says U.S. patent.
Well, yeah, because we'll steal it.
Are you tired of listening to your loud ratcheting screwdriver? Does it wake you up in the middle of the night?
Although, guys, I want to show you something. I want to show everybody something. They're so cool. I have them in this.
My thing.
Hold on. These things are badass. They're weird.
Allen wrenches.
I have one that's like that.
Look, they open up and they're weird. They're round, obviously ends, and they're color coordinated, of course. But the way they open up, easy. It's just look at that. Hold on.
I have this thing set, but I think it has a different brand name on it.
Are they Falco or what are they?
They're
Crazy talk.
The rear.
Are they in millimeters?
No, these are actually this is I think these are metric. I have to get my Imperials are in my other bag.
Oh, metric.
These are
Yeah, they're
metric.
useless.
Yeah, aren't you guys all metric up there?
Yeah.
For Allen keys, we use both.
Round
You know,
keys.
you have metric. I find you could do mostly everything just to compare. Like, you know, I don't know. The odd time I need both, but
Yeah, I carry both.
yeah, me too.
I don't like the round heads though. They tend to strip the thing out.
Yeah, I hear you. They can, but you know, that's what the other unique. I'm glad you mentioned that, Rick. These round heads have, this is a new design, has that little ball that grabs it.
Really?
Yeah, German design, buddy. I think
I
they're
wouldn't
German.
mind that for like a few set screws that tend to fall off the end of my Allen keys when I'm pulling them out.
Yeah, it like holds it on, and yeah, pretty cool.
I got some of their screwdrivers. They're pretty decent. They're
Yeah,
insulated
you're right.
ones.
Yeah, they are.
Interesting. I kind of want a Canadian screwdriver now.
Oh, that ratcheting. Yeah, it's
It
nice.
sounds like a mixed drink. Canadian screwdriver.
Why,
Like
Joe? For somebody that's
This
just
man said hi to you.
you have so many, you have all your tools in there and everything. You're ready to go tonight, huh?
that's a good point.
Yeah, listen, this thing's, it's like, you know, small bags. You just bring it wherever you want to go, and it's
That
like
is not a
it's my
small bag.
Purse. It's my purse.
What
No,
is
it's a small pack.
Let's see.
It's called a MRS.
No, see, I got the. I just carry the meter bag. Everything I do is right out of my meter bag.
Yeah, that's a
Vito
good one
meter
too.
bag.
Yeah,
That's like a purse.
I tried doing that, bro. But
Hey,
Keep on
show us what's
adding
in
to it.
there.
in the bag.
Yeah.
I'll show you. It's not. I still got to add a few things.
It's just like
This is
maple
actually my
syrup and
newest.
pancake mix.
This
He
is
was going
actually
to
my
fix their
newest-
air conditioner when he came there, but
I know,
kind of
right?
gave up on it.
Oh,
Damn
right?
Americans screwed you up.
This is my newest actually bag. So I still got to put a few things, but this is the other thing I want to show you guys. You guys got this yet? The new Klein. This
Yeah.
is epic.
not.
Is that the new screwdriver they came out with?
Yes. Oh.
I don't have the short one like that. I have the other.
Adam, wait. This could be short, which is very ideal. You know that in tight spaces, guys. But it could also be long. You could take it out.
Now he goes horizontal.
Oh, I think I mine might do that. I just don't know about it because I don't really use it that often.
I don't know.
And it could be long.
I think I have that one. I just never.
Quit playing with the toys.
For the short
Yeah.
little areas, I prefer my little tiny Hillmore multi screwdriver.
Get out of here with that Hellmore garbage.
Yeah, Hillmore.
Yeah, the only thing I like from Hillmore is my bender. That's about it.
Yeah.
Roger, too.
Yeah, I do like my Hillmore bender too.
Yeah, it does good.
And
I'd
my
like to have that expander, but I'm not paying $350
Yeah, I got
for
the
it. My little-
swedger, the expander. That thing's pretty kick ass.
yeah, I got the $99 spin swedge. It works.
Uh,
Oh, the spin switch. Yeah.
Actually, the smaller sizes are way better than the jacket or any other brand expander. There's two brands. I can't remember what the other one.
Yellow Jacket, and there's some Chinese stuff, and
Oh, that's.
there's one that's like a total clone of that Hillmore, but it's still a WISS, WISS. I was tempted to get that one, but my gosh, it's still $250, I think. And then I hear about it
This is
splitting
cool.
the copper out, and it doesn't do quarter inch, and I do a lot of quarter inch.
This is a Weha little
Weha,
ratchet,
you
but
mean?
this is the quarter-inch.
One
Yeah,
side?
dry. So
5/16
Yeah,
on
so
the
it might-
other.
Did you
no, it's just quarter. I
Did
think.
did you see that on Tool Pros? Is that why you bought that?
No, I had this for a while actually.
Hmm.
Weha
Huh.
makes it, and it's good for tight spaces too. You just put anything, Robbie, anything you want to put on it. It's pretty cool. You just snap it on.
I've got a Craftsman that has 5/16 on one side and quarter on the other, and then I've got some regular ratcheting wrenches, and then I've got an offset one too. But
So do you keep your sockets in your bag? Just curious.
yeah, they're in my toolbox.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
don't-
find
I got.
I find them. Sorry, I find I use like my sockets a lot. Maybe because I
Really?
deal with hydronics a lot too. It's just a go-to. I rather use sockets than like an adjustable on some things. More than wrenches. I just like having a socket set, like a little mini socket set with a ratchet. You know what I mean?
I have like a really small set, Joe, that's like this, and I think it was Greed showed his set. I think it's like gear wrench.
You get a quieter zipper.
Yeah, are you talking about the one that's like a 45-degree angle on it, and it's got metric and standard both in there? Yeah, clear cover on it. It's red. I got 2 or 3 of those. Those are awesome.
Yep.
Sometimes they go on sale for like less than $12 to $15. Then they got stupid as high as 40 something for a while there on Amazon.
Nice.
Yeah, we ought to do a show and tell of all the tools.
Yeah, I was going to, but I'm the type. That's the coil I have here. I'm the type that
Brand
has
new.
to
In the box.
to show.
Ooh, can you do an
Brand new
unboxing?
ADP coil.
We're doing a bike.
And now in Canada, we have an unboxing of the evaporator.
Funny thing is, Joe has
It's an ADP made in America.
he has his torch there. This dude was, he was going to solder this thing in tonight. He was going to solder this in tonight.
I know.
Might as well.
You know what? I was honestly going to take out the coil tonight, but whatever.
We'll walk you through it.
Yeah.
Might as well just do it all nighter.
First, just burn it in.
I know.
I didn't see a nitrogen.
Fill it with
tank
oxygen
for
first.
Yeah, you know,
Compressed
honestly,
air.
Was it Rick who mentioned it? I don't think nitrogen is going to be even pulled out of this one, but no, I don't know. I don't know.
Didn't
We'll
see
see.
a recovery machine.
Well, the one downside to that is those pipes have been open to atmosphere for God knows how long now, right?
But it's,
Right.
but it's mineral oil, so you can get the moisture out.
Yeah, it doesn't hold the moisture too much.
You just send some hot water through it, and it'll get all that oil out.
My masterpiece. Bam.
Just add in some syrup. It'll be good.
hmm
Oh, man. Oh, for sure. It's talk about syrup. What do you guys use? You know what? I love refrigeration technologies and whatnot, but to be honest with you, I'm starting to not use nylon that much anymore. Put it that way.
I've been using regular POE oil in a little container.
I think that's better.
I don't do enough stuff to even really necessitate the use of nylon, I guess.
I just find it messy, and for what I use it for,
It's super.
listen, I don't think it's gonna seal anything if it's leaking.
No.
So, like Rick said, just use some oil and
I mean, it's convenient because of the bottle it comes in. So I will tell you, I do use it on the back side of flares, the back side of the flare,
sure.
prevent it from spinning. I also use it on like a Mana or Goodman coils. Just a little dab on the threads before you screw the 90-degree fitting in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've made a flare in like 15 years, come to think of it. Or even used a flare. It's been a long time since
We
I've used
do.
a flare fitting.
Every now and again.
I don't see them very often. Every once in a great while, though. Like
If I've got to do multiple filter changes on a condenser unit, like a little split walk-in cooler, I'll put a flare in there if I know I got to come back again.
I think what I've been seeing lately is I get these Family Dollar compressor calls, and we'll go there and I'll have like an old Rotolock compressor on a zero zone sitting up on top. But the new compressor doesn't come with Rotolock fittings, so you gotta repipe it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't care for the Rotolock. They rust, and usually they're crap.
They crap out in a couple of years.
Mhm. I use my little oiler with the Zoom Spout oiler, and that's what I put POE oil
I
in.
love Zoom Spout.
Yep, mine's got POE in it, so I use that for a couple different rebuilds, especially some of the grocery store stuff. I rebuild a holdback valve and a couple other goofy things. I
just
learned a
took
few
my
things on
dryer
that.
apart, put some Zoom Spout on the bearings.
So
On the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a quote.
I did a boo-boo. I don't have the key for the front or the code, and when I open the door, the lock automatically comes out after a certain couple of seconds. So I'm just waiting for the code.
Great.
Oh, nice.
Locked in the building.
So you
Well,
couldn't
I'm not
leave
locked
if
in the
you
building. It's just it's open in this area, like the front door, like the back door. So yeah, that's exactly.
Man, you're
The
pretty
price.
quick
I
with
got
those
some
sound
balls
effects.
here. I got some Lego. So
Legos.
yep.
I seen that. They had a black one in there. I've never seen a black Lego
Don't
before.
lick those. I wouldn't advise that.
Oh, you're right. I touched him.
Yeah, I would go wash your hands.
Yeah, you just contaminated the poor kids.
And anything else you touched on your body.
Yeah, you're touching.
Kids are germ spreaders.
Picking up Legos. He's got like books and stuff. He's going and touching everything over
And he's not wearing a mask.
I hope you still got your pants on.
Joe,
I got my pants on.
Okay, good.
Wearing khaki pants?
Almost, eh?
You selling cars too?
What you wearing?
what kind of bench is that? I feel like you're one of those doctor beds with the paper that slides back.
No, it's just a table.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I was hoping it didn't fall apart.
Hey, look,
But,
Chris Stefanovic showed up.
He's got
cool.
time for us now.
Hey, Chris.
He must have just got done putting together his table.
Christopher.
Oh, yeah. Is he
See,
in
he's
chat
got
or-
the COVID. The hairy guy's got the COVID.
See, it's because you were licking those Legos.
I was with a friend of mine somewhere, and he was drinking a beverage, and we were like, it went down the wrong pipe, and he started coughing. And he couldn't stop him. Stop it now! People are looking at us. Stop coughing.
Yeah, absolutely. I choke on my spit all the time, and I'm so afraid that and when I'm out in public, anytime I cough, especially
Douglas.
I work at a hospital, so anytime I cough, I'm thinking people are like judging me because I'm coughing. They think I've got Rona.
Yeah,
What
I
is
had to wear
that
a
funky
sign.
noise? Is that your phone getting a text message?
Yeah, but
And Joe's.
Oh, there he went.
He had to get that code.
The Canadian went out.
He
Yeah.
had to get that code.
I just run
Thanks,
out of the
man.
store if I start coughing.
I don't know.
So I don't want
That's
people
why I
to
got
look at
this
me
thing
weird.
here. Like, where's your stuff at? Yeah.
Ah, those masks, man. You'd be
Woke the
surprised. Like
baby.
all these stores that I go to, all these stores and restaurants that you go to, like anywhere behind the line where customers can't really see, there's nobody wearing masks.
Where I was at, they
Interesting.
were. I felt guilted into it. Like they didn't ask me to do it, but since everyone else was wearing it, I felt like I needed to, so I ended up doing it.
I walk in these places wearing a mask, and I get behind the line, start working on stuff. I'm like, man, there's 15 people back here, and nobody's got a mask on. Like, I'm not wearing a mask then.
See, for us, for like the restaurants and stuff, for them to be open, they have to do it.
See, this is in Ohio. That's
Um,
what That's where I've been the last couple of weeks.
tell us
The
about that
ghetto.
skating rink you were on there, Bill.
Ghetto of
skating?
Toledo.
Skating rink,
Yeah, oil skating rink. Never-
oil skating rink.
Forget
Lost in translation.
it. The restaurant you were at.
Oh, the grease. Oh, the KFC.
Yeah.
Ew.
We do one of those.
Oh, you just slipped that one out.
Oh, I don't care. I mean,
Evidently.
yeah, I'm sure if KFC is watching, you guys need to clean your shit up because it's fucking dirty as hell.
Clean your shit.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Why don't you talk about Wendy's while we're at it?
Wendy's, man, they got their stuff going on. It's clean.
Not the one here on this side of town.
Oh.
Quiet.
the ones I've been to, man. But you know, there's a particular KFC that has a fryer that's got a cracked kettle and just constantly leaks oil. And their idea to fix it is just to keep throwing their fancy breading down on the floor
Can you believe that?
to
Breading.
soak up all the grease.
They use
Eating
it
the mice.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Cockroaches.
Oh yeah,
Cockroaches.
there's lots of those around.
Cockroach.
Yeah, see, Chris Stefanovic, Gerald,
I
back
was
me
gonna
up.
say, yeah, he did a roach video.
Yeah, he did. He had like freaking
Yeah.
Saturday night roach fever. So yeah,
Oh yeah, in some of these buffet places, man. Oh,
that's
there was a
protein.
buffet place. I think it went out of business, so I'm probably okay. Fire Mountain Grill.
If not, they're going to now.
Yeah, that was one of the.
Oh my god.
You remember when they wouldn't let me make videos? I didn't even call the names out. Holy crap.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just
Remember
gross.
this place down on Canahan Street?
Yeah. See, you don't know which place I'm talking about. Just it could be one of 20,000 locations in the world.
right.
Yeah, I guess.
Or
Did you ever tell the guys about that thing of Trish and Dan's at their company that blew up the blue part that they told you about?
That was electrical connection.
Okay,
They
that
blew
was
up
still
the
quite
restaurant?
interesting.
It was in a factory. It had the 3-phase rails up there where you hook your box in so you can do a leg drop off the 480 volt panel. It's like industrial type wiring, and something loosened up and blew apart. And these people, although know electricity because they're electrical engineers, but You know, they don't necessarily know all the other stuff that goes along with it, and they were just telling me, and I don't know where they came from, but yeah.
I just thought of it because it was they were asking you HVAC stuff.
Yeah, because the HVAC guys know it all.
They were gonna try to send Bill their way. Remember?
Well, no, I got talking to her about power factor correction and a bunch of other stuff, and then she started choking on me. I'm like, wait a minute, you're an engineer and you don't understand power factor? What
She
the
does
hell?
patents.
She does patents. She's electrical electrical freaking engineer.
Engineer. I hear you, Rick. And I come across too, and I'm pretty sure these guys come across too. Engineers come around and you're explaining them how to do this, or electricians come around. No, nothing against electricians, but some of them don't know. But other than hot and neutral, they don't know anything on communication side for sure. A lot of them, and anything else other than that. And so you're there. They're asking you how to wire it. It's just funny. I don't know.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we are coming up on the 2-hour mark here.
Wow.
So I am surprised we've held at minimum 45 people this long. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was cool. Cool chat. We went live a bit.
Oh, yeah. For about an hour and 55 minutes. First 5 minutes was a total disaster because somebody turned off the volume and I couldn't hear nothing.
You set me up for failure.
Yeah.
But on a plus, we got to see Joe's unit,
Right.
Well, it's good for
which
you.
is pretty impressive, I must say.
Thank you. Thank you.
For being a candidate.
That's and it's R22. That's great.
But hey,
Oh,
just remember, 22 millimeters in Canada is only like that big.
Oh yeah, good call.
It's 250 millimeters. Don't know what that is.
Millimeters.
Millimeters.
You just
Millimeters.
measure that with an SAE ruler.
Measure it quick so nobody knows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Ray Ray says we even got to see Joe's tool too. So bonus.
Oh yes, the quiet tool.
Nice. Oh yeah, the
Very low
ratchet one.
decimals. No decimals at all.
Yeah, nobody wants to be quiet though. They want loud.
You know, it's annoying. It's annoying. It's just,
I have literally never ever had that thought.
Rick
No, you know what?
subscribes to the Loud and Proud.
I've never been
Committee.
like ratcheting something. I just throw my ratchet against the wall. I'm like, God damn it! I wish this thing was quieter.
My ears are killing me.
I can't hear nothing.
I don't use ratcheting screwdrivers, but I have a cool one. Have you guys ever seen I know you're trying to get off, but have you ever seen the Cobalt double drive ratcheting screwdriver?
Go grab it. Bring it out. Let's take a look at it.
Oh, we want to see your tool too, Adam.
Oh, Lord.
Bill, do you have a tool to share? Do you want to show off your
No.
tool?
No,
Anybody have a wife they want to share?
basically like a Ken doll.
No, he's got his pea shooter up there.
It's like, I'll get you, Sonny.
So what is
I'm
that?
more of
Again? Cobalt dual drive. Something
Yeah.
Dual drive.
big, something.
I don't know. That's hard to say. You know, honestly, anymore, I've been trying to buy stuff like the Cobalt and stuff because Sears pretty well, is not worth a crap no more. The Craftsman tool, I have a really nice crowbar that has like the push button head. It was made by Gear Wrench. It's broke, and I can't get nobody to get me the parts to fix it. So their warranty sucks. It's not even lifetime no more.
Oh wow.
No, it's a $60, $70 freaking little crowbar with like a crow's foot that flops.
Yeah.
I'm about ready to weld the damn thing straight and be done with it.
Yeah.
It's,
You know what? One of the reasons why I got the ratcheting screwdriver, because I'm not really a fan of them either, is because for this bag here, I want to go the less tools, the better, the lightness, right? So I
Yeah.
also got, which I never had before, I don't know if you guys use them or anybody in chat, is the Klein stripper with the crimper, the red handle.
I looked at those.
Yeah, I actually got them.
Automatic strippers.
No,
I ended up
not
buying the
automatic ones.
linesman strippers instead, though.
The linesman strippers.
Yeah, they're like a needle nose, but they're like a linesman at the end, so they're square.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
And they
thinking
actually
about
work really good. I had the Milwaukee ones, but they started going to shit, and then Milwaukee
Really?
doesn't want to warranty stuff. And everybody's like, "Oh, I'm afraid to."
I need to buy me a new set of those.
Are you
I
ready?
like the Milwaukee one. Yeah.
And now for the
Oh,
contest
yeah, I've
you've
seen
all
that.
been waiting for.
You got an opening, buddy. You gotta show that thing.
Let me,
Yeah, show me the ratcheting or the. See how loud.
Get up.
Yeah, let's see the noise. Let's see the decimals there, bud.
you could use it as a regular ratcheting screwdriver, like this, or if you
Go here.
blue ring, it ratchets even when you go in reverse. So it's like this.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
fancy.
badass. So double speed.
Hey, can you mute your microphone when you do that?
Those decimals are killing me, bud.
Too loud.
I had to turn the compressor limiter on.
Or maybe like wrap a pillow around it while you're using it.
It's cool. It's just kind of a weird screwdriver. I have too many other things in my bag. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'd use this to put outlets on in my house or something. I don't know.
I don't like sometimes on some of those where they get fat and wide like that. You can't get deep down into deep. Like that's the only thing that's restrictive sometimes.
I don't know.
But you
Like
put an
that.
extension on it, probably be perfect.
Yeah.
Like the Klein multi socket, whatever thing they did. I was so with it, and then I'm against it now. I think
I like
Adam
my
likes it.
Klein that you can flip it around. It's straight on one, Philip on the other, and they got it number 2 and number 1, and they also have a square head, and you can make it up to 8 inches long or all the way down to like 4 or 5 inches long. That's my
Oh, cool.
favorite one. Yeah, about $22, something like that.
And that's the other thing. Square heads, like over here, it's Klein to get Kleins with square heads is pretty like the HVAC Klein. It sucks that it doesn't have a square head. I'm just trying to find one for it because we use a lot of square head here, Robbie. We're not Phillips here. We're mostly square.
House trailers, huh?
Yeah, we don't.
House trailers use those a lot.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
only run into square heads on electrical panels.
Yeah.
I think it's a different square head though than what they use in the house trailer.
They're number
Way to
2.
redeem that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're number 2. I think number 2's reds. We just use them for everything, and they're better than Phillips. To be honest with you, like you guys actually like Phillips.
No, we use regular like 1/4 inch or 5/16
Oh,
zip screws, bro.
that's right. I was having this argument with Adam there. I'm like, dude, how do you guys use sheet metal screws? I'm like, no, we use 1/4 inch. I'm like, oh, okay.
The one
But
thing I love that 1/4 inch Melco and 5/16 reversible thing, and I think Joe Shear he showed me what he did.
Shaved it.
A little bit too fat, like to get in some of the areas, like compared to the small single.
Yeah.
He just grinded it right around the brim and
Yeah.
get in a lot tighter areas. With it.
Yeah, you're right. I've seen a few guys do that. Yeah.
Nice.
I love that tool. It's really handy. That Malcolm, when they did that, it was pretty.
And now
pretty
the 5/16 3/8 one.
You don't come across 3/8 too much.
I just
don't
got
know.
this
3/8.
Yeah.
like a
We
Linux
do on like bigger commercial stuff.
multi
Yeah, on the panels I see a lot. Yeah, you're right, but the
For
older
HVAC,
stuff-
not electrical.
Yeah.
Electrical, we just put wire ties around it and shit.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's good for at least 25 amps. It's self-fusing. So, well, we probably should wrap this thing up. We're at 2:01, and our viewership's dropping down to 40.
Yeah, I need a snack.
Exactly. It's 11:37 here in the heart of it all, so we're gonna wrap this puppy up. I want to thank you guys for coming in and making my life more enjoyable tonight. You
Yeah, it's
put the
been
dog
fun.
to sleep. She's
That's what we try to
asleep.
do.
It was Bill's calming tone.
I think I'm going.
Mhm.
Yes.
I should be a counselor.
You should.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with that. Not a doggone thing wrong with
No,
that.
actually,
No.
it's a funny side story. I did go to college for a little while, and I was starting my major starting college was to be a psychologist. But then I realized how depressing that would be talking to people who have a worse life than me, like every day. I just couldn't do it.
And you'd probably get written up daily for your
Yeah.
sarcasm.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
ever
Just
thought
throwing
about
that
just
out there.
killing yourself? I mean,
Yeah.
really.
How
Like,
are you
yeah,
just
feeling?
Google
today?
different ways to do it. Like you can do it the easy way. You can get a handgun and tie it to a couple helium balloons and shoot yourself. The gun will fly away. People think it'll be a murder. All sorts of
That is pretty good,
That's a
dude. I
good
never
one.
thought about that. Somebody's like working with
Wow.
Stephen King here.
Yeah.
Jeez whiz.
but
That is really freaking good.
you know,
Oh my.
Hopefully
Yeah.
he's on your good list.
Please do not try this at home.
don't try that at home. Exactly.
Would not recommend.
Oh my. Yeah. Well, I think you've
All right.
used about every drop we've got
Actually,
here.
no, I've not. You've still got more that you can use next time.
Somebody
Ew,
farted.
Chloe.
Gee whiz.
Chloe farted. Yuck.
Oh,
That's nasty. Woo!
That is bad.
She was playing the butt trumpet.
Yeah,
Sure was it,
yeah, we're good on that one. Yeah,
Nasty.
that was bad. Alrighty then. Well, we want to thank everyone for stopping in here. If you guys, all 38 of you, are still out there, if you would hit the like button on your way out when you slam the door. And we appreciate you guys taking the time to stop by and eavesdrop on us as we talked about superior infrastructure and other meticulous things. So
Nonsense, all of it.
pretty much. So, but then, so maybe we can do it again. I'd like to pick a different day, honestly. I've thought about, because usually Saturday's got something going on. But usually Sunday, I heard, that's available now. Might be able to do that.
Sure.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, like you said, there ain't a whole lot going on Mondays either, but,
Yeah, I don't think.
I think Monday at 9 o'clock
At 8
Eastern
o'clock?
is a good time.
yeah, there ain't a whole lot going on there.
No.
Maybe if we start at like 8:55 would be all right. So
Yeah.
get them all hooked over here. Yeah. Four trucks in a truck. So yeah, but I do appreciate you guys coming in and made it enjoyable and fun, and so we'll go ahead and wrap things up.
For sure. See you later, Rick. See you later,
See you
guys.
guys.
Check you later.
See ya.
Well, that concludes the radio broadcast this evening, and we'd like to thank everyone for coming in. Until next time, good night.